Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be doing one of my DeFi-ish videos, but it's because a lot of people are talking about Tomb Finance and Phantom Network and these amazing APRs you can make them over there. If you watch Crypto Banter or a few other places, you've probably heard about this, and they tell you go get these coins, and you're like, man, I've been Googling, I've been looking, how the heck do I get these coins? And I'm going to tell you, it's not the simplest process. I spent a few minutes this morning Googling a lot of different sites. If you have access to use Binance, congratulations, you're good. If you're someone like me who can't, you're like, how do I get into this network? Now, eventually it'll probably be added to Binance US, just like Binance Smart Chain is now accessible through Binance US. Or maybe Coinbase or one of those other US exchanges like BitMEX will do it. KuCoin says that they support the Phantom Network, but they don't in reality. Make sure you go and check that out before you try to get FTM there. When you try to withdraw to the Phantom Network, it's been saying it's temporarily unavailable for about a month when I looked into it. So how am I going to be getting money over there? I'm going to be using Spooky Swap. So we're going to do an example of that. And the first thing you're going to have to do, just like I've shown you with a lot of the other videos I've made, is set up your MetaMask to be able to support the Phantom Network. This is really simple. It's if you've done this now for Binance Smart Chain, done it for any of the other ones, the only real thing you want to make sure you do is go to the correct site and go to the correct setup. Usually you'll want to Google maybe two different places and make sure they're showing you the same thing. I'll have a link in the description to where I used to set up mine. And it was pretty simple here. You just come here to the Docs Phantom Foundation on MetaMask, and you can see you get your network name, your RPC, your chain ID, your symbol, and your block explorer, and then there you go. Once you've added this to your network, you just go into your MetaMask. You go into settings, you never click on keys, but you can go ahead and click on networks. You go add a network, it'll take you to this nice little page and you fill in that information. Now I've already done that, so I already have the Phantom Network in my wallet. One of the reasons we're doing this is because Tomb Finance and Phantom Network is supplying some pretty incredible APYs. And a site I've referenced in the past that I will be doing a full video on that'll come out after this one is the Donkey Finance on BSC, because as you can see, they support all of these different networks. Now, I shouldn't say they're just on BSC because they do support all of these different networks, but their token launched on BSC. That's why I kind of refer to them as that. But there's these Phantom pools down here with 90% on USDC. That's pretty wild to be able to make 90% on a stable coin. You can also go ahead and take advantage of the wrapped FTM to make up to, yeah, you're seeing that right, 19,000 APY. Now you have to remember that Donkey Finance is a copy farmer site. You're copying other farmers. Here you go on Matic. There's one apparently going on right now for 27,902%. Remember that if you're going to use these sites to go ahead and copy some of these farmers and their aggressive things, you have to make sure that you know that these come with risk. A few of these farmers have been invested people's funds into places that got hacked. I mentioned that this could happen, so do not put all of your funds into a copy farmer strategy. Be careful about how much you invest because you have to be willing to lose that money and not have it totally wreck your portfolio. Also, when you're making 19,000% or 88,000% on time, we'll be talking about Avalanche soon, or 27% on Matic. If you're chasing these amounts, you can do it with a smaller amount of money and still make some money. Obviously, if you put in a lot of money, then you could make a tremendous amount of money, but I'm not a financial advisor, and I would tell you that these things are on the most risky side of how you can get into investing, because basically you're trusting this JC Rogers idea to use these different sites, and they do show you everything to get 1900, and you can see his is high risk. You have one here, medium risk, for 300% APY, and there's also some strategies that can get you a little bit less money that are really just a lot easier to use. But let's go ahead and get back into the main site. So Tomb Finance is the site that everybody's really hyped on. This is kind of a play on an algorithmic stable coin, except for instead of a stable coin, their coin is pegged to Phantom. As you can see, the price is usually pretty darn close, but they do go up and down. And if you want to understand everything in Tomb Finance, you're going to have to do that in another video, because I'm not going to be explaining it here, because the whole point of using a copy farmer strategy like Donkey Finance is so that you don't have to learn the ins and outs. You don't have to watch the markets. You're giving somebody else your money to go ahead and do that with. This is a risk that you will have to decide if you're willing to take. If you don't want to take that, then you can learn about the different coins, you can get them, and you can even see his strategy, and you can kind of do it. It would just have to be something that you could manage and do perfectly. But how do we get money over here, right? You're over on BSC maybe, you're over on ETH maybe. Where's the bridge and how do you get funds here? Well, the best bridge to use right now that I have found after looking into it everywhere is the Spooky Swap bridge. Now, the Spooky Swap bridge does support a few different networks. You can come from Ethereum, you can come from Polygon, you can come from Avalanche and Harmony. So it's nice to see that the From chains, they support so many. Obviously, their bridge on the 2 chain, it actually supports all of the same networks. The one thing with this, there is a min and max supply of how much can be moved over at any one time. So you'll have to make sure that you are able to do that. And you also need to know that you are doing, their bridge can take up to a few hours for the transaction to go through. So I'm going to do the swap here, and then I'm going to pause the video and come back once it's completed to pick up. Now, one thing I'll mention, if you're brand new to the Phantom network, if you use this bridge, one of the nice things that I found in their Discord is that they have a faucet. This faucet only works if you've used the bridge, if your wallet has used it, and you don't have any Phantom. They will then send you 0.2 Phantom, which will then allow you to swap your bridged asset into more Phantom tokens, so that then you have some gas, and then you can buy Spooky or any of the other tokens that you want to. Now, a lot of people out there are thinking that it's a good time to get into the Phantom ecosystem and maybe pick up some of these other tokens because they haven't been listed anywhere else. Phantom is starting to be listed on certain exchanges, but Spooky isn't, Tomb isn't, none of these other tokens are anywhere except for the DEXs within that ecosystem. I don't know if they're going to end up anywhere, and I'm not here to tell you for sure or not, but I do know anytime I see a chance to make a very large APY on a site that I already use, like Donkey Finance, I want to take the time to do it. And when new chains come out, I do want to make sure that I get exposed to them a little bit and they become part of my portfolio, because in the past when I moved to BSC and BNB was $50, that was a great move. When I moved over to Solana was $42, that was a great move. When I moved over to Matic was like $1, that's been an okay move. Matic hasn't been as successful as some of the other chains when it comes to their token appreciating. So now I'm moving over to Phantom, the token sitting at about $3. That range has been, it's been right around that range for quite some time, so it hasn't had a major run up that I have seen. I'll kind of show you that really quickly. This is why I'm comfortable doing this right now. If we go to CoinGecko and we look up Phantom, so FTM Phantom. I know it's kind of annoying that there's a Phantom chain and there's a Phantom wallet with a P for Solana. So Phantom sitting at about 292, and then you're going to see if we go to the graph and we go back 90 days, it peaked up here at a little bit like 330, came way down. Obviously, this would have been a better time to buy at 145. Now it's come and it's done, it's been coming back down, and we could see it come back down near $2. I understand that, but when I'm getting into a DeFi play, as long as I feel like the coin isn't in some price range that is like brand new all-time high, because as you can see, it did not break the high set back here of 344. It did not do that in either of these. I expect to see this token going down in a little while. That is why I never move over all the money I'm going to move in one fell swoop. I went ahead and set up about $1,000 to start with, and then I'll be moving over more funds depending on the price of Phantom and where it goes, till I have maybe a few more $1,000 over there. You'll have to make a decision for yourself how much you want to move. Now, Phantom is a EVM compatible chain. It is fast and cheap because it's a newer chain. It doesn't have gas problems to what I have heard yet, but this will be my first time experiencing it, so we're going to see how things go. Now, the faucet, I'll have a link to. If you come to their Spooky Swap support and go to bridge issues, you can get a link to this faucet, but I can't claim it until after I do my first bridge transfer, and then you'll get to see me do my first swap over on Spooky Swap. So let's go ahead and we'll get this in place. We're going to do 2.5 BNB, which is a little over $1,000. And then we're going to go ahead and bridge the token. I've already connected my BSC wallet, so I should get a MetaMask notification that I'm sending this 2.5 BNB over there. You're going to pay a BNB transaction on that, and then we're going to be waiting for that to confirm. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and we're just going to wait for this to go through. It did confirm now on the BSC chain, but I don't know how quickly that token will be given to me in the Phantom chain. So we're going to see how long this takes. So you get a view progress link on any swap. This is my first swap, so we'll go ahead and click on that. I didn't end up pausing it because I think we can go ahead and click over here and see what we can find. Okay, so my hash was not found yet, so that's not spectacular, and hopefully my bridge swap won't be a failure. But like I said, we're gonna pause it here, and then we will pick it up as soon as this completes. I might have to wait a little while. All right, guys, we're back, and our bridge transaction worked. As you can see now, I have a balance of 2.5 Phantom on the Phantom chain. So I'm gonna go ahead and go up here. We're going to switch over to Phantom Opera. Now I'm going to have 0 FTM, but if I go to assets, let's see if their site is, nope, I'm going to have to get the, what I can do though, we're going to test a couple of their tools really quick. So we'll go to the Account Explorer, and I should see, oh look, I have some Project Mars tokens that I guess got airdropped into my account for some reason. So we're going to see the Binance Peg. We're going to copy that address. This is a quick little way that you can import your tokens if you don't know how. We'll import token. We'll do contact address. We'll add that custom there. You'll see my 2.5 Bitcoin. I mean BNB. I wish I had 2.5 Bitcoin. Okay, so but we have 0 Phantom, right? So what are we going to do? How are we going to do a transaction? Well, this is where we're going to go ahead and try their faucet. So I have to enter my address. Okay, that was just kind of a little notice that we're only giving you this free FTM one time. So do not forget to pick up some FTM, otherwise you might not have enough to do transactions over here, because this should be enough to just do one transaction. And I am looking to just turn my BNB into F-Bond sponsored this drop. Okay, so now we're going to see if we got some Phantom. There we go. That's how quick that was. Now we have 0.2 Phantom. So now we can head back over to the Spooky Swap site. As you can see, they've already seen that I've changed my wallet over to the FTM wallet. So now we can go ahead and go over here and go to swap. So now we're going to be looking to doing a swap. As you can see, I can swap my BNB into FTM because that's what I'm looking to do. As you can see, there are a lot of different tokens here that they support. Boo is their native token that you might be looking to get into if you wanted to do some investment into the Spooky Swap exchange. There's a possibility I'll do that. I need to spend a little bit more time kind of looking into stuff over here. This is one of the premier exchanges on the network. But you can see there is an entire ecosystem here. Some of these are going to be peg tokens that are big on other exchanges. Especially you're going to see ones that are here from like Polygon and things like that. But we're just going to go ahead and take our oops, we want to flip that. We want to do that into that. So we're going to go ahead and do, we'll do 50% today. And then I'll probably do the other 50% tomorrow. So first I'm going to need to approve BNB. Let's see, this is going to cost, 0.2 0.002. How much Phantom did they give me? 0.2. Okay. So they do give you enough for a few transactions, because you are going to need to approve the token you want to swap into Phantom. Now, I did my example using BNB from the Binance Smart Chain. That bridge method would be the same from any of the chains that they support. And because you use their chain, they do give you that little bit of gas to be able to get in here. All right, our approval went through. As you can see, the chain is fast. That was very quick. That impressed me a lot more than some of the other sites. So now we're going to do a swap. Now you can see on the swap, since you're doing an actual smart contract, you're looking at a fee of 0.11 Phantom, with Phantom at about $3. I'm sorry, I should be able to do that math in my head, but let me just make sure I'm not wrong. About 30 cents. So not super cheap, not pennies, but that's still, you know, not Ethereum fees, and it gives you the access to go ahead and start to get into the different accounts. Now, one of the things that I'm going to need to do to be able to get into that Phantom protocol is get some wrapped Phantom. So one of the things I can do here, and this should be pretty easy. So I have some Phantom now. I can do FTM. There we go. There's wrapped Phantom. This is similar to some other chains where you're just basically taking your Phantom from being the main chain of the chain and turning it into a wrapped version of the chain that would be like any of the other tokens on their network. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap 200 today. So we'll wrap those. And then to end the video, we're going to go ahead and stake these in the Donkey protocol finance that has the really high yield. And then in the next video, I'll give you more of a breakdown of Donkey finance, what it is, how it works, and what you're getting into if you decide that you want to go ahead and do this. So we're going to click right here. We're going to click right here. And then we're going to do an investment. There's my balance. You can see that it came over here. It came over to this site because they do support the wrapped FTM. Now, when I do this, we're looking at an 11% fee because this isn't a smart contract transaction yet. As you can see, there's a lot more wrapped Phantom installed here than I'm putting in. Right now, I'm putting in around a $600 investment. Oops, sorry about that. And we'll see if I if tomorrow I put in that, you know, the rest of that BNB. I don't like to buy anything in one fell swoop. I like to at least break it up into one or two transactions when I'm on these cheaper chains, just so if Phantom does take a big dip tomorrow and goes down maybe to like 275, I get a little bit more Phantom for my swap. Also, I might want to invest a tiny bit of that money or bring more over in the near future. But there we go. I've got my current holdings within the crazy pool here, and just to give you a quick breakdown, they're using Suki Swap with the LP of the Tomb FTM, and then they're putting that in Tomb Finance. They're getting T-shares, Tomb Finance, coming back to Tomb, and they're going in a circle like that. So it's a pretty good protocol. One of the nice things you can see different people who are coming into the pool. I'm not the only person that came in today. You have some bigger investors with like 2,000. You have some much smaller investors with like 20 and 30. You have a bigger one here with 9,000 Phantom. And then over time, you can see how they've done. Now, a few of these people are down just a tiny bit that invested about 2 days ago, 1 day ago. But if you go down the list, you know what? So many people are getting into this that they're not going to let me. Oh, I have to just go over a page. You can't page over at the bottom. They should fix that. Let's see, where are we going to start to see the profit kick in? This will give you an idea of how many days it will take for your account to become profitable, depending on what's going on. So this is 3 days ago. Here we go. So now you've got some accounts that did their deposits on the 11th, and today's the 15th. So some of them are starting to show a profit. It does kind of vary how much you put in and the time and the price of the tokens when you put them in. But you can see some of these are starting to be in profit now, and then as we go lower, they're all in profit. So that's just an idea of what you can look at right now, you're looking at about 5 days from this deposit going profitable. All right, thanks everybody. I hope this was helpful. I hope if you were looking to get into Tomb Finance, if you were looking to get into Spooky Swap, you now know how to bring some funds over. And I want to say a little shout out to the Spooky Swap team. Your bridge worked very well. The free Phantom you gave us worked perfectly, and I had no issues moving this money over. Thanks everybody. Goodbye.